Welcome back to the Chop Shop. This is Aaron,
And I'm Damon.
and we're back. I don't know what number episode this is. I was going to call it out, and then
27?
yeah,
It's in every one
it
of our episodes titles, but
and I
that might change in the
seem
future.
right, and
I hate having to, like, go back and look, like, "Oh, which episode is it?" Because by then I've already, like, hit publish, and I'm, like, getting to the point where I gotta pick the title, and then I have to, like, cancel it, get out of here," and so,
set a reminder.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, very, very small complaint is gonna make a very, very big change in our titling system. Do you have any, small complaints you'd like to get
uh
into, or
no, I don't. I have massive
you
complaints.
big ones?
We were just joking before we started rolling that this is kind of an Aaron bitch fest episode.
It's gonna be a good 10 to 15 minutes at least.
I'm gonna
It's
try not
there's a
to
lot
do
going
that.
on. There's a lot going on.
I just realized how upset I am about a couple of things, and then we're like formatting the episode like, yeah, we're just gonna do all of that at the beginning.
I mean, hey, it's a good thing to start off with. High energy, bring the heat
I
right off the
guess,
rip.
man.
Yeah, man.
I it. I mean, for starters, like I guess I fully realized why I don't watch college sports that much this weekend. I mean,
I've always watched college
ridiculous.
sports, man. I tune in for the big ones because whatever, but
Dude, like, the time slots are so lame. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was Easter Day. I know I was busy doing something, and I looked down at my phone, and I'm getting a live update for the women's college basketball championship, and I'm like,
it's over.
what do you mean?" Like, and normally, even like, I don't watch women's college I'll watch the championship, though, or, maybe,
Sure.
like, late tournament stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I
Um
wasn't watching the men's stuff either, but I turned on the Natty for sure, and
Yeah, and, like, I see that, I'll turn the game on, but, like and I would have known it was on if I wasn't busy all day, because that's why I think it was on Easter. Ridiculous. And then, like, you just brought up the men's college game on a Monday, they always do this too.
at
I'm
least
pretty
that
sure
was
it's
prime time. At
yeah,
least they were given a valid airtime, but
and that's fair. Yeah, Monday Night Football, yada, 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 but I had, just kind of a stressful day at work, and I was just, like, chilling at home, and I was off my phone, no screens or anything, or maybe the TV was on, but then I, like, ended up pulling up my phone later, and I saw that I'm like, "Dude, the championship game's on." I just completely forgot because other things happened,
I,
and
yeah,
that's why I can't do college sports. The timing's awful.
it's just a lot of stuff too, and a lot of I mean, I'm already trying to losing my head keeping track of, like, one sport sometimes too. I don't wanna do the college versions either. Plus, it's, like, such a noticeable tick down in, like, competitive quality. I just don't have a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
good time watching it that much. Even that, like, the Michigan UConn game was dude, Michigan was, like, 0 for 13 from 3 at one point and had a lead. Like, what is this nonsense?
Yeah,
It's hard to watch.
I heard it was a pretty atrocious game. I mean, I think it was NBA Daily. They were even like, "Stop playing college basketball in arenas, please."
Oh, yeah, I heard something about that too, like, they just didn't have it in them or whatever, but
I guess that's just what they well, and, apparently there's just historical evidence of this too, that, like, anytime a game's played in an arena, it's
it's a bad
worse
game.
quality, yeah,
Shit.
and there's probably a point to that. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there is, but
Yeah. That I don't have too much on that because that's just ridiculous. It's always been ridiculous, and it's just it truly is the reason I'm not a big college sports fan. I watch my Notre Dame games, Notre Dame football games. Let me be clear, and that's really about it. Whatever.
I'm like I've mentioned this to you before, like, not on the show, but I'm be like,
Mhm.
secondhandedly, like, becoming an Ohio State fan just because like, literally every time they're on, I'm like, "Yeah, show me some NFL players, please." And so
Yeah.
I like watching Ohio State game, like, every other week just because I just wanna see good players.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed you doing that the last couple years.
Mhm.
I mean, you're always tuning into Ohio State games, and yeah, it's genuinely just. I mean, they're pumping them out right now into the NFL. I mean,
Yeah,
how
dude.
many did we talk about that are
Just the
coming in this
receivers,
year?
man. The only
Yeah,
receiver to fucking bust at Iowa State is the one that we were sure wasn't going to.
yeah.
and,
and
you know,
jury's
give it some
still,
years or whatever, but
yeah, it's not looking fantastic so far, but, the
yeah.
situation hasn't been great either, but yeah,
I mean, I have a whole
that's
thing on
fair.
that too. You know, we'll
That's
see if
for
they can
another
be
time
revived, but
probably. Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, but
what's the other thing you wanna complain about?
the
Mr.
real
Alcohol.
thing,
The real
dude,
complaint, the big one. Why we
I
do
just
this.
I really thought that we were out of the woods on the whole Chicago sports is cursed thing. I really thought we were done with that. I thought this was a whole new kinda Bulls removed. I
I man, dude.
the Bulls fully removed from this conversation. I have no faith in that team, whatever.
I heard a lot of podcasts say that yesterday, man. Like, it was a surprisingly common opinion for people to say, "I have no faith in the Bulls to make this work."
No.
Yeah,
The
dude. That's
they found the worst way to flip the script with this whole regime change in the front office and everything. I understand. I'm not even a Billy Donovan hater. I understand that there's Bulls fans that are just fed up with this shit, and like I am too. I understand that, and I understand if you. I want Billy Donovan gone. Don't get me wrong, but like I understand if you have a sour opinion of Billy Donovan as well because of that. I do not. But we even talked about this with the Bears and the whole Eberflus thing, when they brought in Caleb. Really, I even think that Ryan Poles shouldn't be there right now. The fact that he got his extension though and everything, and it's seemingly working now, but when something is that bad, like with what the Bulls have going on for the last basically, let's be for real, since Michael Jordan. They figured it out for maybe a couple seasons with Derrick Rose, but all in all, it's
gonna
since Michael Jordan.
say D Rose erasure?
A few years,
Hardly counts. It's like a
Yeah,
Lakers situation where it's like, oh, through one thing or another, we have a competitive team,
yeah,
and yeah.
but, it was so bad that it needed all torn down, and they come out and they say, "The most important thing for our next general manager is that they believe in Billy Donovan as the head coach." I I can't think of a quicker way to take the wind out of a fan base's sails over a
Seriously.
firing that they've been begging for,
It's like the Mike McCarthy hire all over again almost.
genuinely. No, it
No,
really is,
actually, we're not gonna change at all.
at
We're gonna
all.
stay the same, and
It's like you have the perfect opportunity to change, and it seems like you're almost there because 'cause you've
yeah,
fired, like, most of who's responsible for what's going on right now. But at the end of the day, and I'll even just wrap up the Bulls part with just this, and everybody will get it. You can't at the end of the day, you can't fire the owner, so
yeah.
sucks.
Cowboys fans been knowing that all too well.
So, as long as that's the case, I have no faith in the Bulls. I don't, and I don't in the White Sox either. I'm not a White Sox fan. Well, he owns both, man. He owns both teams, and he's
Oh,
been like,
does he
yeah,
own the White Sox too? No shit.
Jerry Reisendorf, yeah, he
Yeah.
owns both teams, and he's been very vocal about how they're basically just cash cows for him. I don't even remember what the direct
Ugh.
quote was. It wasn't that nefarious, but there was a quote floating around out there about his ownership that was kind of shady, but I don't know.
Genuinely, lots of team like there was some sort of quote floating around, I think from The Athletic with the NFL saying that there's probably like 10 to 12 owners who are actually like trying to win a Super Bowl and the rest are just trying to like sell tickets. Like it's a real thing too. Like they literally just want money. Like these aren't football passion head. Like they're
Not at
just
all.
they're billionaires, man.
Yeah. So that's what sucks, and I think it's been made more than obvious, especially given the fact that Jerry sent his son to do the press conference. Wasn't even Jerry there. It was his fucking son, Michael.
Ouch.
I mean, I I can't have faith for my own sanity. I can't have faith in that franchise. There's no sense in it. There genuinely isn't. And just going down the line, you know, the Blackhawks were kind of the beginning of this whole thing when they drafted Connor Bedard. I thought, I understand that you can't turn a whole hockey franchise around with just one guy, but it's just they've continuously been mediocre that entire time. Looking into the Bulls, I just said all that. The Bears, the offensive line, probably the best offensive line the Bears franchise has ever seen last year. Genuinely, like it's in the conversation.
I say that
And
can't be true, but I also don't
I,
have the wherewithal to defend that. So, anyway, best O-line last year.
well, I'm exaggerating for
Yeah,
sure, but
yeah.
in the past they've been known for having bad offensive lines, and then their center retires as soon as the season's over, and now Ozzy's got this mysterious patellar tendon injury that seemingly might end his career. So
To tough,
now
right?
we've got people mocking the Bears taking a left tackle in the first round, like.
Man.
And yeah, we got the center from the Patriots, but that's a stopgap all day.
Yeah, that's a super temporary thing, I think.
Yeah, and Drew Dahlman was the best center on the free agency market last year, and he lived up to that all year. He was awesome, dude.
No.
And then that falls apart, and then the Cubs. Cade Horton, has a great season last year. Young, promising pitcher, and then his second outing of the season. Now he gets this elbow injury and he goes to the side. Then he's optimistic, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's not actually going to be a bad thing." And then for some reason, I get my hopes up, and then he gets the MRI and he's out for the season. It, it Dude, it's all at once. It's all been at once. This is everything I've said has been within a month. And actually 3 out of the 4 things have been within the last week and a half. It's like, it just sucks when the Bears fully, damn near put the city on their back last year and almost revitalized all of the sports. White Sox fans, I'm sorry, I'm not talking about you. I'm just kidding, young promising team, whatever. But yeah, and this is where we're at now, and that's why I kind of want that to lead us into the next point. That's why when every single player hits the market, Bears fans are clamoring in the comments for the
Get him,
trade.
we gotta win now.
Genuinely,
It's our window.
every single player. I've even seen people say, "Why are we not talking about the AJ Brown? Like, why are we not talking about the Bears going and getting AJ Brown?" It's like, guys.
Yeah, that's
So the
I
reason
don't
I
know.
bring that up is
Me, but
I keep seeing people talk about the Bears going and getting Dexter Lawrence. And you know what? I kind of want a third party, non Bears perspective here. What do you think about the Bears possibly going and getting Dexter
I
Lawrence?
mean, what they got how many
There's how
picks
many
they
draft
got?
picks?
Yeah, I'm gonna be
I don't
looking this up
know.
because, like, I know they have the 1st and 2 twos,
Yep.
which definitely helps. 7 total picks, the 2
I
twos,
want to,
the 3
yeah.
4, and then 2 sevens. I don't know, man. I think you do need somebody up front, a big guy that can, like, do it all. I think he really is a potentially, like yeah, like, one of the best interior defenders, run stop and pass rush you could ask for, and like, he's old, and if I wouldn't be giving a first round pick for the guy because I mean, he's 29, and I think he's, like, talented enough to draw a first round pick, but at the position and the contract and everything, and then at that point, I'm not thinking about it, but for a second, I'm probably entertaining that as a Bears fan for a second, like, they need a lot there, and, like, you're almost definitely gonna be drafting a guy at that position in the 1st or 2nd round, I would have to guess, especially in this draft class, and if you look at the guys in this, like, the beast drop today, we're gonna be talking about that a little bit later, and if you look at some of these guys in the 2nd round, granted, there's a lot of edges and a lot of defensive tackles that are gonna be taken around that area. If you like those guys more, cool, whatever, but I don't know, if you feel like you wanna get it right 100%, I could see that. I could totally see that.
My major problem here
Yep.
is
Injury history, me.
I not even that necessarily, and even if there is, I'm not fully worried about that because I'm pretty sure he played all year last year, right? I don't remember.
I have no
I
clue.
I
I did not
honestly
pay that much attention to the
I
Giants
I
last
was
year, I'll be
yeah,
real.
No, for sure. Just for that few week stretch there when everything was kind of clicking, I was checking some games out, but um,
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
yeah, I thought
He had a
so,
knee
but
patella sprain in 2020 and then a hamstring pull in 23. Missed one game for that,
yeah, I'm fine with all that.
and the sprain, I don't think he missed anything. So yeah, I mean, you're not even getting really a hurt guy. So
Okay, well, that's nice. The
now he's going
thing
to be making like 35 million, but
that's part of the point I'm about to get into is
Mhm.
he's getting traded because he needs paid. That's the reason, and
Right.
the Bears already have so much money invested at edge and in the interior. Grady Jarrett was overpaid. I understand he's fine, and I think he's a good locker room leader and everything like that. I think he's gonna have to be even bigger now that Byard is gone because that was his role.
Yeah,
Byard was the
that's
leader
tough
of
to
that
lose,
locker
man.
room. Yeah, it's very tough to lose. I respect him for the reason he's doing it. He's going and helping Vrabel. Well,
What?
everything flooded my head. I don't even
You're
wanna
like,
get into
"Wait a
that, man.
minute.
I don't even wanna get into
Something
that, man.
happened to Vrabel this week. What'd Vrabel do?" Dude,
I
I
don't
I
even
never
wanna
got
get
around to it, and AJ, if you're listening, I'm really sorry that I didn't go back to react to this. He sent that message to the group chat where, like, Bill's not here anymore and Patriots coach is still getting caught cheating. Dude, that shit killed me.
that was good.
That shit was so funny.
That was good.
Anyway, Kevin
But
Byard and the
yeah.
Bears needing to find a leader, go.
Yeah, well, I think that's why I'm not fully upset. I understand he's a little paid, but you're also paying like Dio Dangbo to like probably not play a whole lot next year. You're
Yeah,
also Montez Sweat doesn't make nothing.
Jalen Johnson.
yeah,
Uh,
when I was
what's his name? Got an extension too, right? Kyler
Kyler
Gordon?
Gordon. Yeah, yeah, and there. Mainly meant like just the guys on like the line that they're paying. But yeah, I mean, there's other guys on the defense that are also making good money too. So it's like I just don't see how you can wrestle with that. And then I don't know. I understand that some people can frame it as like this is the time to do it because you're going to have to be paying Caleb in a few years, and if you love Rome, Rome as well. We already had this conversation a few weeks
I've
ago, though.
never I've never bought into that
Yeah,
take where it's like, "Oh, we have to do it during the rookie window. We have
no,
to." I really just don't think that at all.
no,
Like I think we've even seen some examples over the past years where people like they get into that situation where they're like, "Oh, we have to maximize this window." They like microwave their roster so that it's like seems to be full of stars and stuff, and then it just dies in a couple years. It happened to Washington. It happened to the Texans, and like it just puts you in a hole, and it like gives
yeah.
you almost like too much like you get like overconfident because like you then get the harder schedule and you get a couple pieces. You think you're on top of the world, but you still have a lot of growing to do, and
Yeah.
if you do feel that way, which it does feel like the Bears would rather do the slow approach. They're cutting players that are really good. They're making like foundational changes to the roster. I think they would rather do the slow approach and not go get somebody like Dexter Lawrence. But
Incredible point you just brought up.
got you.
The main thing that they said going into this season was that if we're adding guys to this roster before the draft, it's going to be perfect scheme fits. We want very quick guys that fit the Dennis Allen defense.
Hmm.
And then also the second point, and both Poles and Ben Johnson have been very consistent on this, that they want to build a sustainable roster. And that's why Bears fans, that's why I was very quick with what I said about Poles earlier. You're gonna have to get used to him. I think Ryan Poles is gonna be with Chicago for a long time, and I think, yeah,
Plus, like the stuff with GMs is like he could be doing his job exactly the way the owner wants him to. Like you never know. Like it's just so hard to like to gauge those decisions without seeing actual clashing between like the GM and the coach. So it's like until you like get clear evidence that he's the one pulling the strings, then it's just hard to call for the guy's head at all. But even with like, because the Chargers are doing the same thing, but like I've recently learned that like the majority of their struggles has to do with the contract negotiator we have in the building, who's like had that job for like 30 years, And, like, that's why we don't, like, lose on contracts is because he doesn't wanna overpay, and it's like like, ends up having final say. So it's like, even though it appears as if our GM is the one not wanting to sign people, it's really this other structural issue, which, maybe it's not an issue, it's neither here nor there, but, like, so according to, like, our owner and what we want, our GM's doing exactly what he should be, even if it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it. So, like, you never know about that with Ryan Poles too.
No, great point. I also think I think the big thing for me is I don't know if you remember this or not, but, like, when they were interviewing Ben Johnson, it was they like, the organization in itself was very vocal that it was, like, Ryan Poles really wanted Ben Johnson, and I think
I'm
that
sure he fucking did. I think
no, for
everybody
sure,
did, honestly.
for sure, but then I think that they see that, like, the ownership trusted Ryan Poles with that hire, and then
Sure.
they see just how excellent it went year 1, so I think
True.
now they just see them as a package deal now.
Yeah, and you gotta make the deal too. You gotta, you want him badly enough, you gotta nail the interview, you gotta make it a place where, like, when he has all the power, like, he has to fall in love with you, not the opposite, and, you know, got him in. I didn't expect him to sign there at all, and he did, so.
Yeah. I man, you know how much I was manifesting that. I was, "Oh, he's a bear, he's a bear."
I thought
In
for
my
sure he was a Patriot dude, which also would have been awesome, but
no, for sure.
but
I felt like
Drake
him and
May
Drake
gets that
May
MVP if he's on the Patriots.
100,000%. I
He
agree.
gets that
Yeah.
extra vote, man.
Yep. No,
Uh,
I think you're fully right on that. But, that sums up why we actually,
yeah.
don't really think that Dexter Lawrence is viable for the Bears. You did mention that you wanted to kinda throw your team in the hat here.
Yeah, it's just like it's obviously a player I would like to have, and we have the cap space, but we don't have anywhere near enough picks. We have 5 of them. We have 5 picks. 'Cause we were just like because we were
I didn't
trying
know
to get
that.
comp picks and didn't get any. So, like, now that we've made trades, we traded away, like, a pick for, like, Elijah Molden. We traded away a pick for, who all did we trade for? I can't even remember, but there was one for, I mean, obviously, Odafe Oweh was a pick, and then trade here, trade there, expecting to get comp picks back, and we didn't, so we don't have them. And there's just no real reason to do that. We desperately need like, if there was any way to get him, that'd be great, but it's just not gonna happen for us, I really don't think, unless we do something just silly, and I don't know. I can't even think of a silly thing that we could do off the top of my head,
Yeah.
but
And I remember you specifically calling this out too when you, like, you were like, "They're believing in the comp pick system." And I think I even remember you specifically spelling this out too as, like, a fear.
yeah. No, because we ended up having to sign other guys. I mean, like, we got
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yup. Yep, yep,
I,
yep.
I think it would be a cool fit, but it's very Madden-y for that to be
Mm,
a viable option. It really is.
super Madden-y.
I mean, we're talking like a first 2 years from now or you know
Yeah, we'd
what
have
I
to
mean?
do, like, an NBA trade and be like, "Okay, either we're winning a Super Bowl or Jim Harbaugh's going home packing."
Yeah,
Yeah,
genuinely.
honestly.
Um, I think and we kinda
We'll be
discussed
that
this.
statistic you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. I didn't wanna bring that up, but we do need to.
I
I
mean,
do
it's worth
like it.
talking about, I
I do
think. It's a
like
fun
it.
conversation. What was that even
I
the
didn't wanna
generalized quote?
I didn't wanna bring it up because I nerded out so much about it, and nobody else really did, so I kinda just feel like a fucking
You're like,
goofball.
"Oh god, is he worth it?" And then we're just like, "Eh,
No.
no."
Fuck.
Hey, after
Just
the Sauce
basic
trade, we gotta think about this stuff sometimes, man. We
for sure.
are
I
we
think it's
screwing our
cool.
team over? Maybe. Maybe we're one injury away from everything looking horrible.
Ooh, man. But the jury's not out on that yet.
I
We'll
hope
see
it
next
works,
year.
man. I love that guy, so
Right. This was the quote. It was pulled. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this was from Windy City Gridiron. Their article on the Bears going after Dexter Lawrence. Pretty sure that's where it's from. But they said, not counting last year, in the era of the modern CBA, teams have sent more than the value of a second round pick for a defensive player 12 times. In 8 of those 12 times, the head coach or GM was later fired before the team's next playoff win. The other 4 times involved the Baltimore Ravens trading for Roquan Smith, the Kansas City Chiefs trading for Frank Clark, and the Rams twice trading for Jalen Ramsey and then Von Miller. In the case of the Ravens, the head coach was still fired, but only after making it one step closer to the Super Bowl than in the pre-trade run.
That specific bit of information I think is bad faith because they
Yeah.
made it to the AFC Championship, like, you can just say that. But, I would love to see those other names, but I assume they're not there for the 8 failures.
No, it just gave.
I know one's Jamal Adams.
You mean for the, wait, maybe I should pull up the f never mind, that's fine.
It
I
doesn't
I
matter.
just have that quote. But yeah, no names, those were the only ones they listed within that quote. But I thought it was interesting, and it was kind of their way of saying, like, no major compensation, excuse me, for Dexter Lawrence. And this was mainly framed around the Bears, but obviously they're,
Sure.
yeah, I mean, calling out everybody basically
I
for
think the
this.
Bears are also one of those teams. That would have been with Khalil Mack, right?
That's probably true.
And
Um
did he get a depoy or no? I don't think so. Like, they had such a nasty defense, and I just feel like this is only one specific situation. I feel like that was more offensive limitations, which I guess is why you don't make the trade. And they also were in a situation where, like, they had, like, a borderline top 10 defense when they made that trade and then just bet on Trubisky working and Matt Nagy. So, I guess that is exactly why you wouldn't do it in that situation, which I could see why that would leave you scarred as a Bears fan as well.
Yeah, I and I hate that, like, and this is no shade to them.
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
it's
it's
a
an interesting
it's a very
topic.
well thought out, thing to
Did
kinda
their
present
research.
here. Yeah, for sure. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's insane amount of research into that. But I think the one thing is that you're giving the undertone that a good defensive anchor isn't important for a team.
Yeah.
Not necessarily giving that undertone, but it can be construed that way, and that right there immediately kind of makes me not like it.
It
Um,
can, and
yeah,
then also there's situations with, like, Jamal Adams is one of those names who, like, even at the time, people said, "That's way too much, what are you doing?" And, like, I would need to see the whole list
that's
to have a
true.
real take on the thing, but yeah, no, I mean, I think generally it's a bad idea to mortgage your future. Sometimes you're in a better position than the rest, but I don't know. Originally, I thought the stat was based on, like, not winning a Super Bowl, but before you get another playoff win, that is kind of a lot. I mean, it's not easy to win a playoff game and whatever, but you'd expect to get one if you're trying to
Every
get
time
there.
I read it, I understand it a little bit
Yeah,
more.
right, honestly, you're
That's
like,
the thing about that.
"Oh."
Fully
I know,
shout
it's
out
a
to
good
them because
stat.
it's a very complex thought for sure. And I agree with this most of the sentiment behind it that you don't want to, like you said, mortgage your future for Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah,
Um,
I think
we
I'd do it too. Even if it was
yeah.
like I'm sending a first and getting back a third, I probably wouldn't do that either. I
Yeah, we had mentioned that last night,
Yeah, you
when
brought that up.
yeah, we were, because I said I would consider that, and then yeah,
The
I
first itself is like even though it's, like, phony valuable, I know it's still valuable. It just makes it a little different.
yeah. No, it's fair, and we did mention a couple other teams, before we started recording that,
Yeah.
might fit into the criteria a little bit, that don't need, basically, if you could come at this and get a good bargain here, then, you think it could be a good pull. What were some that you had?
I landed on my 2 favorites would be, I really like the Ravens getting this one. Once again, they did nail their comp pick formula and got 4 of them. So they're rolling into the draft with 11 picks, and I think it looks
Jeez,
like
man.
29 million in cap space still for a team that, I mean, defensive woes or whatever position they were in last year, Jesse Minter is one of the best defensive play callers in the league. He's gonna get them right again. I'm very confident in that. Having a nice piece like this to mix with, uh, name, Bengals guy, Trey
Uh,
Hendrickson.
oh, yeah.
I think that'd be really good for them. Um, and then I also think the Titans would be solid. They got a lot of money still, and I think they also have a fair amount of draft picks still. Hold on, let me find out.
It especially, it would look kind of funny,
9
after the
picks.
Max Crosby 9 picks. It would
Oh,
look
for the
kind of funny
Ravens?
for after the Max Crosby
Hey, man.
situation, and I don't know,
You think they'd actually trade it to him or
I
the Ra
actually
"Hi, it's Eric DeCosta. You you wanna do some business?" And then
yeah,
hang up the phone.
I genuinely may like, I kinda went a little far into just, like, guaranteeing it, but I do think it's
A
still a
month
little
later, though?
soon. Yeah, I do it's still a little soon, absolutely,
Yeah. Maybe
and
I don't do that.
I've tempered off a little bit from that. I do final verdict on that, I do think anybody that trades with DaCosta going forward, you're not removing that from your head. You're at
You're
least
probably
thinking about
second
it.
option at best for the next couple of years, but
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine ultimately, but yeah, there's probably a little more than I thought there was. But anyway, Titans, I think
Yeah.
that'd be good too. They just traded away Tavondre Sweat, and they probably could use another guy. Like I think Dexter Lawrence is obviously way more up Robert Saleh's alley there, and yeah, that could add a huge dynamic to that defense, especially when they're going to get Sonny Styles on top of that. So it'd be really good for him. Also, according to the Beast, Ruben Bain's only the third best edge rusher, so I mean they could have him too.
I, Now, my thought process with that, as well as, there's a lot of people saying that they shouldn't get Jeremiah Love, considering how much they need on defense, and they have a defensive-minded head coach, things like that, and this almost kind of frees that up a little bit more. It makes it look more attractive, in my opinion.
Make the
Uh,
trade, take Love.
yeah, but I like your thought process as well. Just continue to bolster that defense, because I do think drafting Jeremiah Love so high, if you don't at least have somewhat of a figured out offensive line, I don't think you're wasting a pick, but you're not getting the true value that you could out of that pick for
Yeah,
sure.
I do agree with that. I think it
Yeah.
ends up in a weird value pocket, but any teams that you like there? You named a couple off.
Yeah, I think the Commanders is a good thought. Now, my problem with the Commanders is kind of similar to where I am, or where I kind of was with the Bears. I think they figured it out, some of it out a little bit, but I think they have too many holes to really be making a trade like that.
The
Not even
Bears or the
necessarily,
Commanders?
but both. Well, that's
Oh,
what,
well, sure.
yeah. But yeah, the Commanders, specifically for this. That's why they've got an aging defense. I think I've said that 30 times in the last, few months, but
Something
it
like
is
that.
true. It is true. But I think when you have that many holes, I just think it doesn't fully make sense to go all in on number, and one thing that people, and we've even already kind of discussed it too, with these trades, when it's an expiring contract, you're giving up whatever compensation for the trade, and then
And then the money,
better
yeah.
pay you better pay that guy, because if you don't, then it's stupid to even trade for him.
I
So,
feel like most of the time too, they, like, kinda pre-negotiate the deal anyway, and
yeah.
yeah, you gotta do all that, but
Yeah, so
I so Commanders, yeah, a lot of holes, but I could see that. You also mentioned the, Panthers, I think, as an option. I
yeah.
could see that too. Uh, I think they probably would just love to add talent. That way they can make a quicker and more informed decision on Bryce Young. And then,
Yeah.
the Raiders, who tried to have a guy like this when they signed Christian Wilkins last year or a couple years ago, and obviously that went horrible. I'm not even roasting them. It's just like, I mean, clearly they wanted a
No,
D tackle, and I could see them doing that. They still got money, and oh my god, I'd be terrified of that duo.
man, let's clip the Vrabel, bringing up Vrabel and then also bringing up Wilkins. We need a highlight reel
Timer
for
for
this
this episode. We
episode.
should bring on Jaden Ivey while we're at it.
I kinda
Yeah,
did.
did you I think you glossed
Um,
over it, honestly, but
I
you
didn't
jumped
say his
straight
name,
to
but
the new GM hire. Didn't even bring up
why
old
would I bring up the
Power
last regime's
Christian Jaden
decisions?
Ivey.
Yeah, who cares?
You know, it's
We're
we're not talking about free agents in April.
yeah. Um, the Carolina thing I do like, especially because they have made it very clear that they are fine throwing money at that defense right now. They just gave Phillips that big contract.
Dude, that contract
Um,
is rich.
it's pretty crazy. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say. I think sometimes some of those teams do need to overpay a little bit. It is
It's yeah,
it's like
it
4
it
years,
is a
120.
lot. It's bad. It's just y
Sometimes you have
would you
to.
rather that, or would you rather just have no real edge talent at all? And it's a tough to do.
Yeah, so depending on what you could work out with trade compensation wise and also a deal with Dexter, I do like Carolina, but I said the same thing with the Bears too. You already have so much money invested on that line that it's like it makes it a lot harder to make deals like that. Usually when you have a guy with a contract like that, you're just trying to like knock it out of the park in the draft, you know?
I
But
would rather see them hit on, like, a Peter Woods or
yeah,
some other day 2 guy, Kristen Miller, whoever, than to see them trade for a guy like that. But, I mean, I think it would be nasty
oh,
if
it'd
he
be
were on that
awesome.
team. I think it would be gross as fuck.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and him next to, Odafe Oweh would be pretty sick too, especially if they can get Dexter Lawrence, on the Commanders, Dexter Lawrence, Odafe Oweh, and then maybe draft, like, Banner Bailey at number 7, and that defense is looking
Good.
F is for
Genuinely
phenomenal.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and one thing I kinda did wanna bring up a little bit, and, this'll I I know we wanna talk about the Beast as well a little bit because that did drop today, but,
Happy Beastmas.
right? They were trying to coin that today when
Yeah, I
I was
totally
listening to the
stole that.
episode.
Fuck you.
But, it they had mentioned it a little bit on the episode, I think. Maybe it was earlier episodes, but as we look at this Dexter Lawrence trade, how much weight are you putting on a draft pick this year versus a draft pick next year in terms of a trade?
Uh, I
Weird
don't really
question,
know.
weedy.
I
Yeah.
I guess it would really depend on the situation. I usually am not, like, one to try to say to try to gauge the difference in drafts because things just change so drastically year to year
Yeah.
that I don't even think it's worth thinking about. We talked about it last night where, like, this was supposed to be, like, an S tier quarterback draft class, and now it's, like, one of the worst ever, and things just kinda change, and I don't know. I think it entirely depends on the situation and the pick that you're trading, because if you're picking one this year, you're trading a specific pick rather than a guess, a gamble, but so, yes, I'd say depends on the situation. Probably this year, though, because everybody does say the draft next year is better. I don't know how much I buy into that as of now, but
I think,
less chances to get Jeremiah Smith if you trade away a next year's draft pick. Your chance changes ever so drastically.
LOL. No, honestly, it's funny you say that because I think this is also kind of a similar answer to what we were talking about with owners earlier, where it's like, I think fans and media bring that up more than that ever crosses the mind of a GM or an owner.
Yeah. I'm sure they think about it.
Yeah, it's
It's just too
there.
much for me
Yeah.
to wrap my head around. I'm a simple podcaster. I'm just messing. But no, I
No.
don't know. I'd say it depends on situation. If you're sending a first, definitely don't make it next year. For
Yeah.
sure. Do a first this year if you have to. Like if you have, Chargers at 22, I think this would be a terrible idea. But if you get to 22 and you hate the way the board falls and the Giants are calling you saying to give him, because like maybe I'd do that if we can get
Yeah.
him and a third back or something because we just don't like what's there and we already know the value of our first round pick and it's not a defensive tackle we like. But Yeah, I guess that's a pretty solid question. I think it would be pretty interesting depending on team.
Well, yeah, what if, like, Peter Woods and McDonald go early and then, like, Chargers are sitting there and, like, "Fuck, we really wanted a D tackle," and, you got one that might fall in your lap. Maybe not necessarily fall in your lap, obviously, because 'cause you're gonna be giving up some shit for it, but
Sure,
but
sure,
yeah,
sure.
and, yeah, no, that's a that I
Even
like you.
the even if, like, the Bills traded 25 or
Yeah?
26. Did they have 26? I can't remember.
Mm,
That'd be pretty cool.
I know Bears are
Bears are
20
25.
25, that's what it
Yeah,
is,
Bills.
and then I think Bills are 26, yeah, you're right. Um,
Who
but,
did old Danny boy have as number 1 defensive tackle?
um,
Caden
I
McDonald,
okay.
number 1. That's crazy. I like that. I was following a couple sources that were kinda low on him because they didn't like his pass rush upside, but I've been teetering on whether or not I think he's worth the 22nd overall, so
Yeah.
it's good to see he agrees there. My guy Big Citrus rang in at number 6. I hate to see it.
Big citrus?
The best nickname in football. Kristen
Oh,
Miller at
man.
53 like that. Alright, you know what? Don't trade for Dexter Lawrence. He's getting extended anyway. Just take one of these phenomenal defensive tackles that are gonna fall to the 2nd round very possibly.
Right?
Because even like these top guys like the Caden and Peter Woods and even I've seen the occasional Caleb Banks, like, most people don't even really wanna take them with, like, a pick sooner than 22, and so, like, if you like these guys, then yeah, you may as well take them. I know they're not elite, but they're also not 20 fucking 9 unless you're drafting Mesidor.
It's funny you bring that up too because I feel like this is the part nobody talks about whenever this happens. Nobody talks about it. In the last 10 trade requests, how many actually got traded?
I should get signed. Especially if it's like, it's because he wants a new contract. It's like, unless
Yeah.
you're Jerry Jones, like, you're just gonna sign the contract. But,
Who cou who's requested a trade recently and actually got it?
Micah Parsons.
Oh, well, yeah. Forgot about that one. Has AJ Brown ever formerly requested a trade?
I don't think so, no.
I don't think
I don't think he
so.
has.
Um,
I do not think so.
Hendrickson did, didn't he?
What?
I think Trey Hendrickson did last year, right? And
Yeah.
that was
I don't know. Maybe to be let go. I really he didn't wanna be there. That's for
well,
sure.
yeah. But,
Well, they need to get rid of that fucking franchise tag, man. That shit is such a disgrace. The the NFLPA need to be on their shit because that shit
yeah, and
go away.
yeah, and I see people, like, signing their franchise tags and stuff like that. I'm getting updates about that. I saw Kyle Pitts signed his franchise tag or whatever, and I'm like it's like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's a
Just go
weird
on
addition.
strike, Kyle. Easy peasy. Like, what are you doing?
But yeah, there is a big part of me that wonders if he even does get traded.
Like they just say, "Whatever, fine.
Yeah.
New regime, fuck you." I could see that.
No, I mean, like, he just signs an extension with the
Oh, I mean,
Giants.
that's my guess, honestly. I think
Yeah.
usually that's kinda how it goes, especially when they're worth it like this, but
Myles Garrett was another one that
yeah.
I was trying to think of. Yeah, Myles Garrett,
I think
like
Max Crosby did it too, man, like
yeah. Myles Garrett put out, like, a heartfelt thank you like, it was a
Yeah,
paragraph, and
bye,
then at the
guys.
end said, I'm requesting a trade," and then signed an extension.
That poor guy. Send
Oh,
him to the Bills, please.
and then now they're trying to beg the NFL to let them trade a 2050 first round draft pick so they can so they
Dude,
can trade him so
let
they
us
can
send 10
receive one.
first rounders. Let's really
Yeah,
drive it.
they're
Let's see what a non-quarterback's really worth.
right. Nah,
That would be a Raiders move for sure. Now I am talking shit. I would totally do that.
you absolutely are. And let's be real, you were before too.
What's up?
Let's be real, you were before too.
No, I was not. I was not. I was thinking,
I
"Hey,
know,
Raiders might get this nice, scary
I know.
defensive player." Probably won't, but you might. I was not talking
It's almost
shit. I was
meaner, it's
being
like dangling
hopeful
something in front of
to
somebody.
my friendly Raiders fans. Taylor might watch these one day.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, one way to kind of tie a little bow on that is, I guess, know what you're in it for before you trade for him, and don't I don't know. I don't think anybody needs to be sending an absolute haul for him.
Nah. He's sick, though. I
He's
still think you'd
great.
have him on my team. No disrespect.
No disrespect
Some
at
of
all,
these
he's
moves
great.
just don't work in your favor. Again, if you're a good team, make this move. If you are not a good team, don't make this move. Easy peasy. Understand yourself.
Yeah. That's about all I have on that. Is there any other lingering NFL stuff we have?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
really
think so. I think NFL news has been pretty stale.
Yeah. I know we
It's
wanted
like
to kind of pinpoint a couple things on the Beast as
yeah, did you
well.
see that Dane ranked Arvell Reese number 1? I'm genuinely shocked by that. Like, I'm just surprised. Like I could
Man.
see having him, like, 1 edge. I just that's kinda crazy to me. I don't know.
Who do you have?
As my number 1, probably Love. I mean, I think if you're just talking about pound for pound, who's best at the position they play, either him or, like, I mean, I'd consider Sonny, but that's probably me getting way ahead of my skis,
You
to
love
be real.
him.
I do love him.
You love him.
I'm I do.
There's always gonna be a little bias there for Mr.
No.
Styles,
Me? For
unless
my
he's a
Ohio State Buckeyes?
until Raiders take him at 1 overall.
When they take Sonny Styles. I'd love him so much more. He'd be, like, my favorite player. I'd buy the
Him and
jersey.
him and Max Crosby.
My god.
Be funny.
They're gonna be sick. They're going to be sick when the Raiders take him number 1. And then
Yeah,
you have to,
certainly
like
not.
and then they dead sprint up to the podium.
They certainly aren't already selling custom-made NFL shop
They
Mendoza jerseys by the billions.
yeah, they called Ashton Kutcher, they're pranking you. They're,
I
it's all a
actually
joke. That's why they're giving him, like they're gonna give him the playbook and stuff, and then they're just gonna be like, "LOL, no. They're wasting
they
your
hate
time."
they think he's so bad that they're giving him the playbook in hopes that, like, the Broncos draft him so that they they can be like, "You even know our playbook, you can't do shit."
He's gonna open the playbook and be like, there's no RPOs in here." And then the Raiders are gonna take Ty Simpson instead.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm actually curious if they have a number on how many custom-made Mendoza jerseys they've sold on NFL Shop.
They'd be like, "Just be patient, bro. Like,
I
the
saw
jerseys will come. Why are you buying this?"
There were a shit ton of people that did this for Caleb Williams, and they did it 13, and then he ends up wearing 18
Oh my
because
god, that's
Keenan Allen joined the team, and then
hilarious.
now Caleb's not going back. I'm pretty sure he wore 18 in high school, and
Yeah,
then
you said he's like Manning's his hero or something, right?
yeah, he was Peyton well, I think his favorite quarterback's Aaron Rodgers because he was a Packers fan.
Whatever.
Yeah. He's got Packers fans
That's
love
funny.
to quote tweet all of his tweets from 10 years ago when he was a Packers
I mean,
fan.
I've seen Raiders fans send me the Keenan picture, so I totally get it. The one with
What
him in the I might add the picture here. The one with him in the Raiders hat when he was, like, little.
It's so funny too because he's just clearly not a Packers fan and was an Aaron Rodgers fan because there was one that specifically is like, "Well, I guess I'm still a Packers fan," and it was talking about when everybody thought Rodgers was leaving the Packers. And
Mm.
it's like, "So you're showing us that our quarterback was a fair weather fan? Cool."
I don't even, like, care too. It's like,
No,
"Bro,
they
oh
don't.
no, my quarterback was so into football that he had a favorite team. Oh god, what a disaster." I
Yeah.
he's gonna be a secret agent and ruin his NFL career for the Packers, his true love. Yup,
Yeah.
good
It's
point, bro.
it's
Imma
just
throw
like
away the
not
bag for some childhood pettiness, like
it, well, and it's just so clear that they don't think that way. Like I remember
seriously.
like while Justin Fields was a Bear and he was on the St. Brown podcast with Amon Ra Well, I guess Equanimous was a bear, so I guess that's a little
Right.
different. But
You know what?
they're
You
just
know, wanna
like,
know a good example? Do you remember when James Cook got drafted and people said, "That dude fucking hates the Bills. He was a Dolphins fan. Bro, that's not gonna work." And now he was like the 3rd best running back in the league last year. He's
yeah,
been sick for the past couple of years, and yeah, dude, they don't give a
they
fuck, and
don't
if they do,
care.
they're gonna get over it really fast, and it's fine.
Yeah, and I don't know. They just don't think that way. And then I've even heard people like, "Well, as soon as they get to their second contract, they're going to their childhood team."
Yeah, dude.
Not if they don't offer them a contract, or if they do, it's dog shit money. Like
Fucking
this is
well,
no, it's just
Saquon did it.
yeah, it's just it's always such a weird thing to bring up. And then like with the Justin Herbert thing, it's just like kind of a cool
Oh,
thing.
yeah, I mean, that really
It's
was
like, oh,
more just,
cool.
like, crazy that it happened that way.
Yeah.
Like and people said he predicted they'd go to LA. He probably just didn't know, right?
No,
Stupid ass kid probably thought they played in LA.
probably. Just
Oh, man.
whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. Do you have or I already asked
Let's
this
we were
and
gonna go over some random other things in the Beast, like some of these rankings. I
oh,
like,
yeah. Yeah.
a couple things. Drew Aller at 4, I like that. The guy that was on The Athletic was really singing his praises, and it's because he's ancient, but I also am a Traitsy guy. I'm like, one thing I was thinking, if the Colts took Drew Aller in the 4th, dude, I would be so fucking into that. Like, you don't have it's
Oh, I
not a heavy
like that.
investment. You can just be a backup if anything. It's a real legitimate guy that you could potentially, like, train up into the offense that has, like, an Alec Pierce that's super explosive over the top. That, with the big, like, arm and mobility, you could set up play action, and if Daniel Jones doesn't work out, money's too much, you could just move on to Drew Aller after 2 years, and had that random I would love him on the Colts, but
I like that a lot.
yeah.
Like, especially after you spell it out like that. That's no, and
Like, and
especially
who
in
cares if he sucks? Like,
it's
genuinely.
4th.
Yeah, it's people throw away seconds on chance quarterbacks, and nobody even gives a fuck. Like Kyle Trask, dude, come on. They don't even get any shit for that.
You're telling me the Colts could pick Drew Aller for a less important pick than the Bears took Velus Jones Jr. at. I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
You're telling me Drew Aller's cheaper than Trey McKitty, dog? Go get him. Get that man.
Yeah, I no, I fully that's fantastic, thought process there. I think that's really good, and it aligns with, like, everything because then at that point, like, if you're the Colts and you didn't love the fact that you just paid the fuck out of Daniel Jones,
Yeah.
you can tell him to fuck off if Drew Hour's even
Yeah.
fine.
Run him next year. Who cares? Like,
Yeah,
and just schematically, I think it works. I know he was like really, he had some like really bad moments in school, and I get that, but like Penn State sucked. Like it's
yeah.
just straight up and didn't do him any favors. But you know, it's a shot in the dark. He's got the traits. Whatever. I'd give it a shot. Casey Concepcion here at wide receiver 4. That's crazy. And I mean, not that I think it's wrong, but uh, also Chris Bell at 8. That made me happy too. I like him a lot. He's like a Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Christian Watson type mold, but
Mhm.
yeah, I like him.
I liked and, I finally did get my, justification. I don't know if that's the best word, but it's fine. I'll run with justification. I can finally firmly say that Jadarian Price is running back 2 in this draft class, and I don't feel like I am just homering Notre
I
Dame.
don't I don't think anybody disagreed with you ever. I think
I
he's gotten
know.
pretty stable.
Yeah, for sure. I just I always felt it a little bit where it's like, "Oh, I don't wanna be so concrete about that," until I read this, I'm like, "Yeah, I think it is fair." I think that a lot of teams are gonna be turned away, by the fact that he did share a backfield, and I think his grading here is firmly correct. I think Jeremiah Loves goes in the 1st, and I think it's very likely Jadarian Price goes high 3rd. I
Yeah, I mean,
think
that's about where I'd start taking him. if you think he's the guy with starting in like the second round, fine, whatever. I don't care. I think the value pocket in the second round is so much better at other positions that I would probably not, but I wouldn't necessarily blame you. People have him going to the Seahawks at 32. That's so desperate. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
But
I will say, if you're watching the show today, I know no, this isn't a thing, but it's, whatever. Uh,
whatever.
if you came from the clip of us taking Jeremiah Love at the Ravens, I would absolutely love them taking Jadarian Price in the third round.
Not bad.
Absolutely, like, for every reason that I said if Jeremiah Love fell to them, for every same reason.
They need to wait till like the fifth round and take my guy who was it? Mike Washington
Like
to fill
Washington.
that Derrick Henry role. That's what I'd like. But Price is nice too.
I mainly meant because I think a lot of people are really going to look at Jadarian Price with never having the backfield to himself. Or mostly not having the backfield to himself, I should say, because the NFL is already moving that way.
Yeah.
So I don't think
Yeah,
any.
I mean, especially once you get to the third round, like you're really looking for guy third or fourth round, you're kind of looking for guys to fill in a rotation or depth like that. So I could see that.
Yeah, so I think actually the perfect market for Jadarian Price is somebody that already does have running back figured out, but wouldn't mind replacing what they have if they need to down the line. Ravens, I think it's perfect. You have Jadarian and Derrick Henry kind of share that for a year or
Hmm.
two, and then you see what happens like with the
Or even have
Canine
him
and
as
Charbonnet situation.
you even have him as a like Henry insurance even too if he has
Yeah,
another fumbling issue or if if he goes down, God forbid.
yeah.
Uh, Other things, I was really hoping to get a positive report on Connor Liu. I never actually went and watched him. He's a center out of Auburn, but I have a couple podcasters that like have a specific love for him, so I was hoping to get some good
Mhm.
stuff. But him coming out as a center four is not too promising. Not a big fan of that. I don't think he's probably that crazy. Uh, my Chase Basantis and Emmanuel Pregnons look good. I'm liking them a little bit more for the Chargers at a guard. And Spencer Fano as tackle one. That's cool. I mean, I'm not really that shocked because he was only bumped down because they were saying he could be like an arm length issue, and then that got fixed at his pro day. So plus he plays all five positions. Fucking take him.
Yeah.
He's great.
Um, and so you do you firmly agree with Tate at one?
I'm starting to warm up to it a little more. I've just heard so much of Lemon, but I don't know if I'm shying away from Lemon because I don't really think he's like that, or if some people just don't value him as like a slot guy as much. They're just so specific in their traits. I probably do have Carnell Tate one, though, especially when you
Yeah,
factor in injury with Jordan Tyson.
and
How about you? You still feeling that? Oh no,
really
you
the
had
only
Tyson at one.
I I honestly I kind of go back and forth because it's really kind of take your pick of the litter,
Sure.
especially given the fact that like I do love Lemon in terms of just the perfect one-to-one Amon Ra prototype sort of thing.
Right.
If you want a guy that can transform your offense and maybe play buddy ball to just like even if you're a bad team and he falls to you, I think he's a good guy to take because you can just throw him in the slot and get down the field that way. um, yeah.
I've been seeing him get projected to the Rams a lot, and
Oh man.
I get that, especially because like Adams has 1 year, and like you might not even want to extend Puka. Like, is he going to be more trouble than he's worth? I would be
I
considering another slot demon to build up.
he and I don't want to go too crazy on this, but
Right.
I do absolutely think that
I hope the rehab helps. I'm not trying to talk.
I absolutely do. He's gonna have and honestly, I don't even feel like it's justified because he's a young man.
Hmm.
He made some mistakes, absolutely, but he's gonna be under such a
Oh
microscope
yeah.
this season, dude. It's just and like I'm not justifying anything he's done.
Oh
Absolutely not.
no,
He's
no,
done
no. Of course not.
absolutely not. But it's just like it's already gonna be hard to kind of right your wrongs when I mean, everything's been so public and he's such a young dude still, it's already hard, but then it's so much harder when you're gonna have so many people, like, putting the pressure on him to, like, be a better dude, and it's not even just, like, staying out of trouble, you have to, like, prove that you've flipped the other way, you have to, like,
Yeah,
do positive
you don't have the benefit of the doubt anymore.
at
Now you need
all.
to yeah. I could totally
Yeah,
see him get traded in a couple years. Not that
yeah,
they I think that they should, but I could totally see it happening. And,
and
yeah, we'll see if he's still awesome. I'm sure he will be at least good. But any
yeah.
other surprises? I have one more.
Not necessarily. I guess not necessarily a surprise, but just crazy that tight end just is. I mean, Kenyon Sadiq. I don't have it pulled up, but isn't he like late first, early second, and then everybody else is like third?
I'm not sure on, like, where they're projecting him. Let me see if I can.
My phone's being weird, or else I would have it pulled up. But I remembered seeing something to that effect where it was like, um, and I feel like
Eli
that is
Stowers is number 2.
and isn't he projected like 3rd round?
I'm not really sure where I'm
Oh, well.
seeing his projection. I'm not it doesn't
It's
oh, yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah,
w
grade 2nd to 3rd round.
oh, 2nd to 3rd, okay, never mind, that's a little better than what I thought it was, but, a and,
I hear it's good, though. I hear, like, it's a good pocket for tight ends. Like, there's a lot of,
okay.
like, specific flavor type guys left over there, and, like, Max Clare from Ohio State was, like, used entirely wrong, so he could end up being a little bit more valuable than people might think and some other stuff, but
Yeah, and I can't quite get a pulse check on Sadiq either because, I mean, I've heard him described like very positive, and then I've heard that the only reason it's so positive is because the class is mediocre. I don't know. I can't fully get a
I
pulse check.
I keep seeing him get mocked to the Ravens, and, like, I don't know. It's one of those things that's, like, I don't wanna rag on it too much because I can, like, literally I can, like, see it, but people are like, "Oh, they're gonna get him because they loved Isaiah Likely so much." Like, did they? Like, I fell for that, like, 2 years that I thought he was gonna start breaking out, and, like, they extended Mark Andrews even, did they really like him all that much? And
Yeah,
I don't know.
that flipped the entire wrong way I thought it was going to, by the way. I
Wha
think you and I both we had this conversation many times.
Yeah. No, and I've thought of it for sure because he's a similar role, like, absolutely, but I don't know. Like, but they're gonna take him, and then I'm gonna feel stupid, so whatever. Yeah, whatever. Mm,
We'll see.
we'll
We'll
see.
see. Um, I didn't necessarily have any more surprises. You said I think you said you had one
Yeah,
more?
my last one was, Chris Johnson being cornerback 3. That was
Mm,
crazy. And then I see a lot of people who really like Brandon Cisse, and he fell down to 7 on the beast, so that's something to monitor. But, obviously,
mm.
my guy Jermad's sitting at 2 because he's dope as hell, and, Avion's sitting at 4. Uh, I don't know. I'm
I
probably
am
still
gonna
just huh?
I'm gonna go read what he says about Avion literally after we wrap
His
because
general thing is undersized, but NFL teams would be wise to bet on his quickness and skill set, which sounds right. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how he fits out. But
he's a he's actually one of the more interesting guys in the draft that I've
we should look into
been
him
looking
more
at.
after he's drafted. We should do like a whole
Yeah.
episode on him or something.
'Cause I really like him, but and speaking of
Got a
guy I
lot of
can't get
fight
a
in him.
pulse check on, yeah, but I had mentioned Sadiq as a guy I can't get a pulse check on. Terrell, it's way worse. I mean, I've seen him completely glazed and then also, like, UDFA type shit.
Yeah, I mean
No,
that's crazy shit.
I'm
But
exaggerating, but
yeah, well,
but just I don't know. Well,
uh,
I do wanna follow him.
you ready to move on to our NDA section?
Yeah, I actually forgot to even mention this at the top, so,
Oh, well, we're gonna,
maybe
We got time. We're gonna be talking some NBA teams. Playoffs are rapidly approaching. Play-in is starting here on the 14th, here in 6 days, and so we're gonna in order to talk about all these teams, we're gonna make a little game out of it. We're gonna draft teams. Basically, gonna be doing a power rankings top to bottom. We're gonna be picking our most likely to win a finals is kind of the way we're looking at it. So it's like every win that your team gets that you draft, you get a point for it. It's just a way for us to talk about these teams, and then we'll keep score the same way we were doing with like fantasy football stuff back during the football season. And yeah, it'll be a fun way to keep track and to root for these teams these next couple of months. And with that being said, I am going to delegate the first pick to you, Aaron. How you feeling?
Thank you.
For sure,
So
buddy.
so we're including play-in wins, right?
Yes. Yes.
So technically,
If you think
play
a play-in team is going somewhere, take them.
they have they have an opportunity. So there's 4 teams that have an opportunity to make more points than the other 6.
So true.
Um,
Do you believe in them like that? I
that
hope so.
being said, friends, Google the historical records of a lot of these play-in teams once they actually make the playoffs.
Get rid of that shit.
There's a reason that we always bring up the one Miami Heat run. It's
Dude,
because
there's
it's
like
still the only
there's like
one.
20 teams going for playoffs in a 30-team league, dude. Like, nah, we got to go back to something. Even 16 in a 30-team league is crazy, but I understand that you can't have like bye series because then they're taking like 3 weeks off of basketball, and so
I understand what Adam Silver's trying to do. It's just you're doing it a little too much. The NBA Cup, I actually I genuinely I don't think you need to change the play. I'm fine with playing.
I had an absolutely batshit crazy idea on how to reformat the NBA. I'm gonna share it. You're gonna say it's stupid because it's really out there, but I'm gonna lay it out for you. So instead of 82 games, let me see. Let me redo the old math. 87 games. 87 game season. You play every team 3 times and you play it in a series. Every series that you win the series almost like a
Kind of like
like president
baseball.
election, like
Oh.
whatever they're called, like
Oh,
an electoral
electoral
college. You win
college.
the
Yeah.
series, and then your series' record, that's what gets you into the playoffs. So then you get everybody playing every game that matters. It stays interesting through the regular season. You don't change the games that much. If you win the first 2 games of a season, then you can choose to sit your guys to play the last game, whether or not you think, that's important to you. And then, total games can be tiebreaker or something. And then from people buying tickets, you know what you're getting. You're either paying for a sick game 3 in a series or a useless one. You're taking the no risk and going for the second game, or you get the first game of the series, the one that matters the most, probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Isn't it
I
interesting?
do.
Like, I think it's way too big of a change
It's
to make it actually
yeah,
work,
for
but
sure.
I think that would be super cool. But
Man, I
yeah,
can't believe we're gonna end this podcast and then start a pro basketball league that's formatted that way.
dude,
That's crazy.
literally. So then it adds to the series aspect, almost like
Yeah.
baseball does it.
Every game would matter.
Yep.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, we'll if it gets any legs or traction, we'll pick it up. But there's no way I'm clicking that, dude. I'm gonna clip that for TikTok just because I know people are gonna hate it. We're gonna get like 50 comments saying you're a fucking idiot that doesn't watch basketball, and they'd be right. I don't watch basketball until playoffs. So who are you
I
picking?
do
We never got
I
to
do the basketball watching for us, and, let me dude, hot take, let me take Spurs.
that. Let's go.
Yeah,
That's
let me take
fucking sick,
Spurs.
dude.
I'm taking Spurs first.
That makes me feel happy because I made a really stupid bet. I made a dumb bet because the the Wemby propaganda got to me. So I bet on Wemby MVP. That's not going to happen. I bet $20 on it. It turns out I'm actually a moron, and I bet Wemby for Finals MVP. So I'm still alive.
What? That might be the most clutch, unclutch thing you've ever done. Yeah, you're,
So
like, so alive. You
no,
might even have
no,
a cash
seriously.
out chance.
So, like, now, all they have to do is get there, and if they win, it's because of Wemby for sure, and then I,
100%.
like, quintuple my money, so, like, let's go, still alive for that. It's all
I
it'll
love
give me,
that.
like, 110 bucks or something, so that'd be
I mean,
yeah.
off a bet you thought was completely lost, I
No,
mean, that's
literally.
sick, yeah.
It was, like, the next day, I was like, "Oh, this is just media garbage. This is not actually gonna happen. Okay." And then I go back to my bet slip and realize I goofed, and so so you're taking the
Well,
Spurs, huh?
yeah, I'll take the Spurs.
Man,
There's not a crazy amount of playoff experience here. De'Aaron
my only
Fox
concern.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox has some of the most playoff experience here, which is crazy, but yeah, I think they're gonna make a deep run. I know who you're going with.
No, where I was going is I wanted you
Oh.
to pick the Thunder first so that we could both
Nope,
root for
sorry,
the
buddy.
Thunder all year.
Sorry, buddy.
Man, now I don't know where I'm going because I wanted you to pick the Thunder, and then I was gonna pick the Celtics, who I'm still thinking about taking because I'm much more confident about them throughout the East than I am about the Thunder through the West. West is a
Yeah,
fucking gauntlet, dude. Like, I do think the Thunder's the best team in the league, but, like, dude, the Spurs, the Nuggets, even Devin, any of them, or even the Timberwolves could totally take them to 7. Like, and then it's just any other Sunday type shit. So I am gonna
yeah.
go with the Celtic, which makes me sick considering now you're just also gonna get the Thunder. But
I'll give you
a
3
great
more
draft,
seconds.
Aaron. I fucking hate your guts.
Alright, I'll take the
Who's
Thunder.
your next team?
I'll take the Thunder. If you're not taking the Thunder, I'll take the
Yeah,
Thunder.
well, let's go. Let's see. So I still
Alright.
got what I want, but now you got fantastic value.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Did you think I was going Spurs at 3 then?
I mean, at that point, it
Yeah,
could have been anybody. I don't know if
that's
you're gonna
fair.
go Nuggets, Knicks, whoever else your favorite in the East might be. But man, I want to take the Pistons, dude. But I'm
Cade
so
Cunningham is back. Will be
he,
back.
I was gonna say, I assume he's
Yeah.
supposed to be back. I hear, but like collapsed lung, dude, and like, but the team's been looking so good without him, and I wonder if that's just like hokey BS or, dude, that's a tough because they could just be one and done, and then I'd be
I
absolutely
think
trash fucked.
I think he's expected to start soon, like, I think the last game before the playoffs or something like that, like, or I don't know, something like that.
Man,
Uh, or no, I think he's playing tonight. Like, let me double check. My phone's being dumb. Yeah, he's playing tonight.
I'm gonna. He's playing tonight.
Yeah,
No shit.
tonight's the night he came back. Yeah,
Oh my god.
taking him. It's not a bad pick.
It's not a bad pick, but there's also inexperience there because they had a lot
Yeah,
of, like, Jalen Duren come I'm gonna bet on the experience of the Nuggets. I'm gonna take the Nuggets. I know it's a
it's a
really
good one.
scary West pick, and I think they are another team that could just draw a bad matchup or something and then just, be erased round 1, but I also think that Jamal Murray is at, like, the best but, like, he's playing the best ball of his career. Jokic is obviously gonna be sick come playoffs time. He's actually playing defense again, and I think there's a lot that can go well there, so
Oh man,
pressure's on, baby. Who you talking
yeah,
taking?
it really is. Because there is a team that I've been settling on kind of recently, but they've lost a lot of their biggest games within the last month and a half or close to a month, I guess I should say. That's the Knicks. They did have a big win against the Hawks recently, and the Hawks are no slouch. But I mean, lost to the Thunder twice in the last month, lost to the Lakers. They did beat the Nuggets. I think Jokic might have still been out for this, though. Let me double check that. No, he played this game. He had 38 points. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, and they beat him by 40 points. Oh, boy.
And plus,
Man.
like, all the cat stuff and
Yeah.
fucking Brunson, like, just being a liability on defense, and
Well, they love going to 7 games in a playoff series, too. I think they've done that quite a few times in the last few years.
when I
But
was making this, I was wondering if we wanted to subtract for losses. We're not doing that, but, like, it's just way too much at that point, but I was gonna
um,
it does not hurt you.
I'll take the Pistons. I'll take the
Take the
Pistons.
Pistons, good
I'll
pick.
take the Pistons.
I think that's a good bet. Like, I know there's,
Yeah.
like, the inexperience of it all, but, like, they're the 1 seed. You can't win, like, 1 you can't win 1 series against who would that even be? The fucking
Uh, I mean,
probably end up being the Heat.
it might be the Hornets.
Oh, it could be the
Or
Hornets.
no, I know because the Hornets are on the or no, I
Yeah,
actually, yeah, never yeah, no, it could be the Hornets, yeah, because they could lose the first game and then yeah, I always forget that's how it works. Because actually the people the teams that have the most opportunities here to win games would be the 9 and 10 seeds. Because if you're the 8 or 9, if you win your first play-in game, that's the only play-in game you play.
yeah.
Yeah, so
If you win
and
2, man, that's it. That's where the value is gonna get real. Eventually, Hornets are gonna get taken, but, like, they're probably not gonna I mean, if they're taking the Pistons, you never know.
they
I
put
mean
up a good fight last night against the Celtics, and the
yeah.
Celtics went on they had to go on a nasty run to win that game.
Also, like, they had a really good fight against the Celtics, and it was a night where Khan was just playing bad. Like, you
Awful.
telling me he's gonna play that bad for, like, a 7-game series? Probably the fuck not. Like, I would guess not,
The
but
problem here really lies with the fact that, the Atlanta Hawks at the 5th seed are 45 and 34, and Charlotte at the 9 seed is 43 and 37.
oh my god.
There is a what is that? 2.5 game separation, between 5 and 9,
Man,
and 3 of those teams within that gap will be playing teams, and 2 of them will be playoff teams. It's just, like, so no there's 3 games left, and it's this not decided.
I'm kinda thinking about taking the Rockets because I know the Lakers are, like, basically dead. I just don't know how the seeding is gonna work out. I wonder if they just man.
Yeah, there's a lot, man, because I don't even know what the timelines are, but I know Reeves and Doncic are both out. I think Doncic, it was, like, undetermined how long it's gonna be, and
I hear
it's
he might
like,
miss the first series. I think Reeves is, like, supposed to be pretty banged up. I don't
I
actually
didn't
know the numbers on that though, but they're gonna be super susceptible to start off the playoffs. It's gonna be a
yeah.
tough scene, I think.
Yep. So where are we at
Man,
so far?
yeah, you have hold up. You have Spurs, Thunder, Pistons. I have Celtics, Nuggets, and then I am gonna go Raptors. I mean,
Raptors?
yeah.
Alright,
Wait, no, no,
okay.
no, no, sorry, not Raptors, Rockets. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I was like,
Yeah. No, I'm
alright.
taking it back.
Yeah, I like that. I shy away from it a little bit because of post All-Star break. They haven't been fantastic, and I do think that shit with Katie's real. I mean,
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I
I don't think they're
but
going anywhere further, probably not, like, I would have to
gotcha.
guess, but to almost guarantee a series. I was also considering taking the Timberwolves here, but then that, like, goes against my Nuggets pick, and it's just like, I think they really have a shot to I feel like every year they're, like, a game or 2 away from really going on a finals run.
Yeah. Um, man, I will take the Knicks here. I will. I'll do that. I like that, especially given the fact I was gonna take them
Last
last
round.
time and passed up, and yeah, it does kinda go against my Pistons pick, not necessarily though, because that won't happen until later down the line.
Yeah, as long as it's not the first round.
Yeah, and for the reason I brought up, that this team's got fight, and they've gone to a lot of game 7s, so yeah, yeah, give me the Knicks. I could be
I
fully making that up, by the way.
you probably are, but, we're not worried about that. I, man, I think I'm gonna lean towards the Cavaliers here.
Yeah, I was thinking
I
that too.
really like what the Hawks have been doing, and this is assuming that that's the matchup. I don't know how these are finalizing out, but, like, Mitchell and Harden have their experience, and, like, they're really cooking too, and I remember when we did our NBA episode several weeks ago, hearing they were pretty stable too, and I think the matchup's gonna be good, and I think they're gonna be hungry.
I like that. I did fact check myself a little bit. I'm thinking of 2 seasons ago, the Knicks went to 2 game 7s that year. So
Done.
and I do remember that too, and that's why they were so banged up because they faced the Pacers in that game 7, and Jalen Brunson had, like, half a body, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Thunder went through
yeah,
lots a couple of game 7s last year. It was
yeah. You took Cavs, right?
I did, I did.
Give give me the Timberwolves.
No!
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Actually give me the Timberwolves. Yeah, yeah, do that. So
So,
are we picking 8 teams apiece?
if you want, I mean, I feel like it
I
would be
figured that.
fun to get down to the,
Do all 10?
that's
I'm
up
down.
to you.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll do all 10.
These notes I started were based on when the Lakers were good, so I was going down, like, my best teams. Man, do I do it? I think I might.
No,
I think I might do it.
don't do it.
I'm gonna take the Clippers, man. Fuck it, let's fucking go. Or I know it all always depends on whether or not Kawhi is actually gonna last through the playoffs, but you know what? I fucking love the guy. He's playing awesome. I'm gonna bet on that. And I hear that their offense has been a lot more stable now with like since the Garland trade. I hope both those teams are really benefiting from that swap.
Dude, I'm glad you said this, and man, I'll always have love for this team. Blake Griffin is the GOAT. He's so good. He made me forget I wasn't a Clippers fan. I continued
You
rooting
got
for them.
lost in it.
I
Like,
did. I continued rooting for them for a few years after they traded him. I'm like, wait, they disrespected the hell out of my favorite player. Why am I still
my
rooting for this
guy.
team? But shout out, man. This team started 6-21,
That's fucking horrible. I did not know that.
and they are
They also
41
might
and
walk into the
38.
play-in that could give them a win, and then I think they really have a fighting chance to win a series if they play their cards right, man. Like,
6-21, and they're 41 and 38 right now.
wow.
That's insane turnaround. And I apologize to the Clippers organization for I dead ass was like, get rid of this franchise. You just disrespected your best player in your franchise's history. And seemingly everything turned around as soon as they did that. And then traded and then I said, "Oh, you're trading James Harden? Are you genuinely kidding? Like you could make a run here." They look fine.
No, yeah,
Their roster's balanced
it's
now.
whatever. They Them and the Cavs really just kinda solved some issues, dude.
For sure. With that being said, I'm so fucking glad that you did not take the Charlotte Hornets because that's who I want
You're going Hornets
next.
now?
Yes, I'm
Let's
going Hornets
go!
now.
That's so cool, dude. I would love
Yeah.
that. I know they've been, like, the best team in the league since, like, January or whatever, like, they really do have a shot. Like,
Yeah, I'm taking them there, just because I was already so scared you were taking them instead of the Clippers,
man, is
so,
that who you thought?
yeah. Yeah, that's why kept saying, "Don't do it." I thought you
Oh,
were taking the
dude, I
Hornets.
I didn't know who you thought I was trying to go for. I was like, there's no way he actually knows who I'm taking.
No, I didn't think you were thinking Clippers there, but I like it. Trying to fully figure out who hasn't been picked. Hawks, Raptors,
Yeah,
Sixers, Magic.
it's the Lakers, Hawks, Suns, Sixers, Raptors, Trailblazers, Magic, Warriors, Heat. I think I like the Suns here. I think they've like done a good job rebuilding the roster now that they're not trying to do that
Yeah.
three-headed monster bullshit. And Devin Booker's good enough and has the experience, and I think he could get you pretty competitive through a series or so. I'm gonna go Suns.
I like that. Dude, honestly, shout out Dylan Brooks this year too.
Has he been pretty solid?
Oh
Heard
yeah.
they mention him. Is he just
He's
like
averaging
mainly a
20
defensive
points
guy?
this year.
He what?
He's averaging 20 a game this year.
Oh shit.
And he's just never been like a guy you ever need to rely on for offense, but like he's absolutely putting up numbers. He was great when Devin Booker had to miss some time. So shout out him, man. I genuinely thought that dude was going to be out of the league, and I hated him, but he wants to be hated. So that just shows how good he is.
Man.
Shout out Dylan Brooks, man. Never thought I'd say that.
No, literally, dude. Like the fuck Dylan Brooks song on TikTok was my favorite shit, dude. That's
Straight up. Um, I will now oh, I don't know, man.
At this point, who even cares?
That's fair. I'll
Pick your
take the
pick.
Hawks here. On NBA Daily, I think it's S that keeps dissing them. But and I've like been in agree. I literally in the car been like, yeah, because he's like the one guy that like hasn't been sold on the Hawks stuff like the last couple months, and every time he chimes in, he's like, I just don't, I'm like, yeah, in the car audibly, like, yes, dude, thank you, oh my god, and then they keep making him and me in turn look like an idiot basically because I mean, look,
Yeah, man,
they're
it's
5th seed right now.
crazy they traded their guy away, and it's just it's weird seeing this happen so much in basketball where there's, like, a guy that you just assume is the guy, and they send him off, and suddenly or he gets hurt for a while, and then they're just, like, better.
Dude,
He's one of them.
the NBA was kind of giving in to the Steph Curry archetype for a few years, and a lot of those guys really are not panning out. Trey Young to me has always kind of just been an inefficient sort of shot chucking type dude. And that's disrespectful for sure. He's better than to be reduced to that. But I mean, he he's never I don't know.
You can really hinder your team that way, man, for real.
Yeah. My thing is his bad games always had more weight on the trajectory of the team than his good games did. And that's some
Yeah.
sort of fictitious shit that I probably just pulled out of my
No.
ass, but
It's like it's like a
it's how I always
dominating
felt.
factor in, like, like, analyzing quarterback play, and it's like, are
That's
they
fair.
doing more harm than good?
That's
Hope
fair.
so, hope not, but
Yeah. Who you taking next, baby?
I think I think I'm gonna roll with the Sixers, man. I think, Maxi's gonna be sniffing an All-NBA. We're gonna see if Embiid is healthy enough to get this run going, and, yeah.
He's a choker in the playoffs anyway. They probably should just
No,
bench
no,
him. I'm just
that's fake. That's fake news.
that was James Harden.
And I got both of them on my list, but one of them's bound to not choke. We're playing the odds here.
Right. Um, man, yeah, really at this point, it doesn't fully.
Yeah, you're just picking
I'll just
projection.
take the Golden State upside.
I think that's a good pick. I mean, they're like, I don't really think that they could like.
This team sucks.
How many wins are they gonna get against the Thunder when they play them? I don't see that happening.
But in order to if they did, in order to get there, they'd already have 2 wins, and at this point,
Yeah,
if I'm picking a team with 2, then I'll take it.
two
So,
wins is 2 wins. I think that's pretty good.
exactly.
You
Yep.
went Warriors.
They are the only team sub 500 that will be anywhere near the playoffs this year, because 'cause they're a play-in team, but yeah.
And Steph's been out for a while, right? Like,
A good
or
bit,
he
yeah.
was out for a while, but I know he's back.
Yeah, Yeah, good he was out for a good bit, and I think this is the 2nd time he's missed some time this year. I could be wrong about that, though.
Jeez.
He getting old. I wonder if he retires before LeBron, dude, that'd be crazy. I'd be so mad.
I would be too, actually. LeBron's probably just gonna keep cashing checks while he can,
Why
dude. Like,
wouldn't
honestly,
he?
like, I even heard somebody say, like, he's probably just, like, gonna go back to LA because why would he leave? And it's like, yeah, okay, you're probably right. Like, you probably like, who even gives a fuck? You'd be like a third option, just make whatever money. And
For sure. I honestly,
man, do I bet
that
on LeBron carrying a
yeah.
team to a couple wins in a
I
playoff?
forgot they were still out there, dude. I actually would have taken them instead of Golden State, and then
Yeah,
now I'm
I'll
telling
do
you
that.
that. Yeah, I was gonna say now I'm telling you what I'm literally picking
You're
next.
right. I mean, yeah, I was already considering it too,
I
and
mean, yeah, yeah.
the guys might come back. Maybe they, and then it fixes my Rockets pick, if anything. But
I don't hate that because I do see Golden State winning the first game and then losing the second, and I do also see the
Lakers might
Lakers
get
getting
swept.
swept. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
So actually, I don't hate that bad. Never mind.
yeah, no, you might be cooking. You might be cooking.
We'll see though. I see and I say that, and I'm not a LeBron hater. In fact, I'm a Bulls fan that says LeBron's the GOAT. and that's gonna come back to bite me in the
I
ass.
say LeBron's the GOAT, but I actually have no opinion on it because I just don't know, but I think it's way funnier to call LeBron the GOAT, and
It is.
like, pissing off Jordan fans is funnier than pissing off LeBron fans, so
I'm a Bulls fan that grew up with LeBron everywhere. So it's like, yeah.
I remember because I used to go to church every time, and my pastor was, like, a super big, like, Michael Jordan guy, so then me and my buddy Dalton would always, like we'd be grabbing, like, the King James version of the Bible, and it'd be like, "LeBron!" And it would and then Rick would get all pissy about it because he was the Michael Jordan guy, but
Oh, man.
that was before he did the 3-1 comeback too, that's when he really stamped it. There's n he's undeniable now. You can't question Rick, he is King James.
Put the crown on.
Put the
Uh,
crown.
I love it.
He's
Um,
still doing it, Rick.
that's
He
Rick, he's still playing. Oh, I love it.
What
I
dumpster fire
will
are you picking next?
yeah, I know now we really are, slim pickings. I'm gonna take the Heat because Bam scored 83.
I mean, he's got it in him, man. He don't who cares
He
if he
scored 7 points the other night.
that's what I heard, dude. It's like, "Bro, how did you do this? How do you have this in you? I don't care
Scored
about all the fouls and whatever."
7 points. I mean, what 2 for 13 shooting
That's disgraceful.
in the same season. He scored 83 and then scored 7 on 13 shots.
I had a random thought. I'm sorry, Sean. I think it's funny that Sean's a fan of, like, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Heat, but they're, like, the exact same team.
Team that has an identity and a solidified coach that will not falter from that
That
ever.
will never fail badly enough to fix the team because the coach is too good.
Sean is slowly turning the volume down on this episode, taking his headphones out, putting them in front of him,
Uh,
and Price
DJ Adebayo.
he's pricing different teams' jerseys
No,
now.
he's looking up a Thunder jersey right now. That
Oh, boy.
Shea Gilgeous is gonna hit. Man, yeah, I'll go Raptors.
I actually forgot they were out there too, I'm stupid.
Let's go.
Um, you
I
know
really
what?
think these next 2 are, like, just not I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of faith.
Yeah, it really sucks to see where Banchero's gone. I really thought he was gonna be electric, and I'm not
I've heard they've dealt with a lot of injuries too, that's kinda
for
hurt the
sure.
team, but still, like
Yeah, he just has been kind of uninspiring, and I'm not fully hating on him. He's still a solid player, don't get me wrong. I just, I never listened to the LeBron comp. That was stupid. It there were
that's
no,
just so dumb.
genuinely.
I can't
He
stand those comps, dude. They're like, "Co Tom Brady comp, comp
Well,
Patrick
he does
Mahomes."
play a lot like him, a little,
Yeah,
so I understand why they were going, but it's just like, what there's a lot that comes with that when you
yeah.
say something like that, so but it wasn't
You
even
don't
that
have
was my
another guy that
expectation.
plays in that archetype you can use besides LeBron. Like, I've been considering comparing Jordan Tyson to Tyrell Williams, but that seems way too disrespectful, but he looks exactly like him, so it's hard to shake.
And, like, I saw a stat midseason that, like, basically just, like, put it as bluntly as, like, Banchero is, like, the worst mid-range jump shooter in the entire NBA, and he also has the highest usage rate for mid-range jump shots. It's like yeah, it's, like, just so obvious that he shouldn't be doing this, but he's still doing it, and, I don't know. But I will take the Magic here. Again, don't mean to hate on them. They are 43 and 36, and this Eastern Conference is nuts. They The East is, like, nuts top to bottom, whereas the West is very top heavy. I could
You think
see
so?
well, yeah, like, I like, the top 3 seeds in the West, I could see literally, like, winning,
Well, yeah.
but, like, in the East, like, Cleveland's 4 seed, they're no slouch. I like Atlanta. Well, there is a pretty significant drop off, I guess, after Cleveland, but I still think that, like, Atlanta, Toronto, and Charlotte have a lot they could prove here.
True.
Whereas in the Western Conference, I Houston, well, LA with the injuries,
That
Houston with their
sucks.
4th.
That really ruins the playoff, like,
It
honestly.
It really does. It really does for sure. But Lakers with the injury stuff, Houston's had a problem with the fourth quarter all season, and that's easily the most important. I don't want to say most important quarter,
Well,
but you get it.
it is.
Playoff fourth quarter is a big deal.
Yep.
Being able to
Especially
execute.
like Kenzie was saying last night, it doesn't matter, it's always close in the 4th quarter. It's like, "Yep,
Yeah,
you better be able to play," like, it's yeah, either
yeah,
it's already over or it's when you need to lock in, so
fully valid. But then, like, I don't believe in any of the playing teams in the West. Like the Clippers, maybe a little bit for
yeah.
sure. Don't get me wrong, but I. As a former pseudo Clippers fan, I have 0 faith in Kawhi Leonard's health when you get to the postseason.
Yeah, they're not
Just
gonna win
can't.
the championship, like, they
No,
won't, but,
no
you
faith.
know, they're gonna be good until he's out,
Yeah.
and we'll hope for a miracle.
So, yeah, long-winded, pick of a dumpster fire
Yeah,
and
and that leaves me with
yeah.
the Trailblazers. So your teams end up being the Spurs, Thunder, Pistons, Knicks, Timberwolves, Hornets, Hawks, Warriors, Heat, Magic. I got Celtics, Nuggets, Rockets, Cavaliers, Clippers, Suns, Sixers, Lakers, Raptors, Trailblazers. I was bent out of shape about you getting Thunder 3, but I just would have assumed you got Spurs 3, so I guess it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I think that the big thing that's gonna come down here, is I think I'm gonna get a lot of my wins in the top of my teams, but
Well,
I
I think
even
we
just
both
by
will get that. That's
well,
we're gonna get
fair.
the lump sum out of picking the big ones, but
I think a lot of your lower tier picks there are gonna beat some of mine, not to make an
I
excuse.
caught you
I did
sleeping with
forget.
the Lakers Raptors a little bit, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I did forget a couple were on the board, but I don't think those are very much. I think you just played it well regardless.
mhm.
So I
You
think,
too, yeah.
we'll see. I like this. I kinda missed these little games
A
at the
game,
end.
yeah. I don't know if this
Yeah.
one's actually gonna work. I think it'll work out fine. I was, like, thinking of it in the middle. I was like, "Wait, are these all just gonna cancel out?" But no, they're not going to, so, yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Especially with the play-in stuff.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And and then if you pick, like, 3 guys that move on far, then all that stuff, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But anything,
Alright.
you wanna, get any NBA stuff in before we move on, close this shit out?
I don't have a whole lot, mainly because, we were gonna do, like, a whole play-in thing, 'cause when does the play-in
Yeah,
start?
it
Is it,
starts the
like, next
14th, I'm pretty sure.
and that's next Tuesday, right?
Mhm.
I believe, yeah, so, um, yeah, and it's just already so not set,
Yeah.
so next week, we'll probably just check in on what games that were played on Tuesday and maybe make some predictions for Wednesday.
Look at some
I do
matchups and
Yeah.
basically anybody who's still playing on that, like, last day of the play-in is probably not gonna win their first matchup. But the
I do
first
wanna
guy
go
that
up.
comes in, like, the 7 or 8 seed that wins, like, I feel like they're probably fairly likely.
Yeah,
Well, not more
very
likely, not fairly likely, but
yeah, but I don't have anything else NBA wise. I do wanna go out on a positive note here. I was doom and gloom about the Cubs earlier, made a couple videos about it as well that I posted, and
oh, god.
I will make a little shout out here. Big win last night. Offense was electric. What, 13, 14 hits or something like that? And they're up 6-1 right now. So,
Oh, shit.
um, this kind of happened last season with the Cubs where they ended up just like having to put up a shit ton of runs. I mean, they're and they really don't even have to like these last two games. They've really kind of been. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Even if they lose this game by some sort of miracle on Tampa Bay's end, I still like to see 6 runs because they could not get the bats going. So maybe I can't think of the prospect's name. We have a pitching prospect that's really good that they decided, people are figuring that was going to get brought up at some point this year. Now it's looking like that might come a little sooner than people were hoping. So that's nice. That option's there. Justin Steele will probably be back here by June, I think, is what the estimate is. So it's not all doom and gloom with Cade Horton. It does suck a lot,
Yeah.
but it's nice to see the bats finally coming alive and seeing some motivation. So we push forward, man. I really hope they can fly the W tonight. And we'll see
Dude,
where we go, man.
I told you yesterday, I'm saying it on here too. Pete Crow Armstrong bunting in the ninth up like 6 runs was disgusting work and
With
should be tried for his crimes.
and that was the
That's
at bat
gross.
after he hit a home run.
Was it
Yeah.
really? Dude was trying to hit for the cycle.
Oh, that's so crazy.
I
Yeah, he
I
hit the home run and then he came up in the ninth and bunted just
I
off to the left.
I love a good bunt. Just the other day, I was watching Ichiro, like a compilation of like Ichiro Suzuki bunts. Awesome,
Oh,
awesome
I love
bunter.
him.
But just come on, man, time and place. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, the ninth.
What are you doing?
And the
He
point I
scored
made is
too because it was a
he
home
did,
run by the one dude
yeah,
right after that. That's
yeah. He I know it's likely just like, okay, we're getting the offense going. I'm trying to push, take this energy and push it into the next game, keep it going. But
he's
you're
practicing his
right.
bunts, man. Oh,
But you're right. Just the optics on that were just funny as
yeah,
hell.
what a
It's
dick.
just stat padding like crazy.
It's yeah, literally, bro. He's like, "Oh, game's already over. I'm gonna need my batting average to be high so I can negotiate." Well, I guess he already has a contract, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah. They
Whatever.
paid out the rest of his
Maybe he
years of
gets a
arbitration.
bonus per hit. I don't know how baseball contracts work. I don't follow baseball.
Well, I
Go
follow baseball,
Cubs,
but I
but
don't know how the contracts work. All right. Well, I think that's all I have. Yeah, you got anything else?
I'm good.
All right. Well, hopefully the Cubs can finish this one out, and we'll see you next week. We'll probably cover some NBA stuff. There was a theme we have for next week, isn't there?
We're supposed to more just, like, talk about matchups moving forward in the playoffs and then maybe our favorites to take it all if we wanted to, like, really get into it, but we were more
Yeah.
just, like, the general scope of all teams with this team draft, and then, we'll probably be looking more specific matchups next time.
Yeah, yeah, we have it listed here for the 15th as our basketball playoff preview. So we will have most of the matchups. So we'll just have to maybe predict the rest of the play in a little bit and then
Sure.
make the matchups from there. So yeah, that'll be next week. A little bit more NBA stuff, but hopefully we'll have a little bit more football stuff by then.
That'd be great. I'm ready for this draft, man. It always takes, like, just a hair too long, dude, and this year I did a
Yeah,
bunch of research, so, like, now I'm just, like, suspended waiting for this draft to happen, dude.
ready for it too,
Excited.
man. We
Chargers
will
gonna
have that in
kill
a
it.
couple weeks.
We're speaking it
Hell
into the
yeah.
world.
Yes, we are. All 5 picks are just home runs.
Yeah, they're all first team all pros, year 1.
Certainly, he's
Yep.
not predicting a Chargers Super Bowl.
No, they're gonna choke.
Everybody else sucks.
No.
Just the
Yeah,
rookie's
the
really
rest of the
good.
team falls off a cliff, but we move on to our new era of Chargers with, Garrett Nussmeier
I was
and
gonna say that.
Garrett Nussmeier, Chris Bell, Jalen Kilgore, and, I don't care who else.
Jadarian Price.
Big Citrus.
Big citrus. Oh, man. Well, that's been the Chop Shop. We'll see you next week, and, hopefully Mike Vrabel can chill.
Nah, dude, no way. That's why he's still on Diggs's side. He didn't do anything wrong. Alright, peace.
Bye.